Oh, let's get.
Here we are. We are live. How you doing, guys? It's your boy. It's another exciting episode of Spergonomics because, unfortunately, a lot of the truly exciting stuff I can't talk about because I'm currently in character. So, sorry, guys. I will explain it all eventually in another stream. I was tempted to do a video, like compile, like just data and stuff. We're having issues.
When you do
with the
that, just
streaming,
have it be a
apparently.
whole bunch. When you do that, just have it be a whole bunch of
socials.
screenshots and keep on playing the 1812 overture in the background.
Yeah, the stream just restarted itself. Then what the hell?
Oh,
Yeah, it's well weird. Well, now we've lost all
All
our
right,
viewers. Hang on a sec. Don't worry. We'll...
because I started speaking, was it?
No. It said it was struggling to buffer or something, but that shouldn't be the case. Don't worry, it'll fix itself. Yeah, it's fine on my end.
What's his face?
Oh, I've got some drop frames. He's busy.
You
Probably Discord as well that's causing that, but oh well, not much I can do.
You trying to gonna try to fit him in next week?
Yeah, I'll try and fit him in. Well, not next week, but at some point, yeah. He's busy.
Yeah. Who
pretty
do you want
much.
to have who do you want to have next week?
I will ask around. Don't worry.
Okay.
I will be unable to go and attend more streams until after January 6th. Then
Why?
I'll be in Japan.
Ooh.
Oh. Ooh.
So it's just me and you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dude, what if we kissed?
Ooh.
We're both boys. JK. Unless.
You're weird. You're so weird.
Who, me?
Yeah, you're so weird.
I'm not weird. I'm just. Is it gay to kiss your homies goodnight?
Since
anyway.
when you put in that hashtag on any sort of Apple device and it doesn't turn into a rainbow, therefore it
Where am I
isn't
getting
gay.
notifications from? I don't understand. I keep hearing Discord notifications, but nothing is.
Anyway, enough of that. You'll have to deal with that yourself. So, anyway, today we're going to be talking about the British election that happened. I am planning a video, so I don't want to talk about it too much because I'll be giving away a lot of stuff. So, there'll be that.
As if your viewers haven't already heard.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So Boris won,
Ah,
and
yes. Father won.
the salt has been.
Yeah. I started a homemade salt rig. You know, I made so much money now. Quit my day job.
Basically, what has happened is, rather than going to some deep self-reflection, the losers of the left have been well, some of them have been self-reflecting, but others, and I saw this on Twitter, Laurie Penny, have you heard of her?
No, I
Oh
have
my
not.
god.
She is
what about her? Please tell
yeah,
me.
she's a feminist who was
I know
famous
who
for
she
being
is.
no, but Chicago doesn't.
Oh, okay.
So she's a feminist who's like a Guardian writer and she does all sorts. She's like a rad femme, and she was famously BTFO'd by your boy David Starkey, sorry. And
Oh,
she was.
I love him so much.
She was saying that, oh, you know, we shouldn't be having self-reflection. No, because it wasn't our fault. I'm paraphrasing badly here. So basically saying, yeah, don't worry, it wasn't our fault. It was the people's fault. It was the Tories' fault, basically.
My favorite.
We couldn't
my
possibly do
favorite,
anything.
My favorite reaction was H Bomber guy.
Oh yeah, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't
Then I just said,
give
get
up.
fucked, commie.
'Cause I have friends. If you know who Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel are, you'll get that reference, guys. But yeah, I sent him a gift, didn't I? Of the red coat who smirks like. You'll have seen it. You know, from the Patriot when he smirks like yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a shit rendition.
Well, I don't know what he does. I've never seen the film all the way through, so.
Boomer.
Well, I'm not really a boomer if I haven't seen The Patriot, which is 20 years old.
Yeah.
So that happened, and then there was a few other things that happened. Like there was this girl who was interviewed because there was a protest. It was basically Antifa, guys. That's really what it was.
Oh, I think I saw this.
Yeah, it was Antifa and Momentum, and they were running riot around the area of Downing Street and who else? What else? It was Westminster, and basically showing everybody, yeah, this is basically what their support is.
Yeah,
at this point.
we're going to where all the government people hang out, you know.
No, it's more like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Westminster and protest. Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
so this girl is interviewed and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a nurse, right?" I don't actually know what she sounds like, but this is what I imagine her to
That's a
sound
Valley
like.
girl. That's not.
No. This is British. This is British. Uppity yuppie speak. So
Yuppie.
I'm gonna be a nurse, right? And
yeah, yeah.
Boris Johnson. He deserves the worst death. But I want to help people and save people. I want to be a nurse. I'm just like, wow, the disconnect there. I wouldn't want you to serve me. You know, if I was dying in London, where I assume she's going to be serving in London, I'd be
If
like,
I was dying,
doctor, no, thank you, or to the matron, or no, sister, sorry, not matron, to the sister, be like, sister, please, not her.
No, I'd be fine with her because I want to die. But
Well, you know, that's you. You want a death wish.
you know, yeah.
And I think, and also Saffron, who's like a part of the Deep Law, she found out some statistics. Somebody posted this. Labour won the 18 to 24 vote. I mean, I guess it's to be expected, but I thought, well,
How?
Zoomers aren't as conservative as we thought.
Wait, Labour one or the Conservatives one?
No, Labour,
vote.
obviously.
How?
But because
God.
1, they're young, 2, they don't really understand politics, and 3, they're all students, most of them. So it goes without saying.
It's so fucking.
Labour
Yeah,
always-
it really
Labour-
shows that right after the 18 to 24 brackets, you then see a huge jump for the Conservatives, because that's when people start working.
Yeah. I mean, I spoilt my ballot, for those of you who want to know. I mean, it said in the video.
Yeah.
And some people were like, oh, you're going to look stupid when your MP wins. I'm like, that's why I'm spoiling it. Because I can't win. Because none of the candidates are worth voting for. So, well, I've got one less thing to do. I'm not going to stand around and do nothing. I'm going to just protest. Like, I'll scribble
Spoil your
angrily.
ballot.
That's what I did. I couldn't think of anything witty. In fact, I thought more things are witty before I did
You
it.
should have voted for Lord Buckethead.
Yeah, but he's down south. I can't vote for him.
Isn't he a Boris Johnson seat?
He beat
Buckethead always goes after the incumbent PM.
Yeah, he also beat the binman, whoever he was, that guy with the bin head, and he put like 2 fingers up at him as well. That was funny.
Not gonna lie, hearing Boris Johnson say congratulations to Lord Buckethead was pretty fucking sweet.
See, Lord
And
Buckethead.
of course, good job to everybody here. Then he lists up his and Lord Buckethead and
Way! He's part of the Monster Raving Loony Party. Like, they're just like a staple of all British elections.
Oh yeah.
But I just love the
It's a
humour.
time-honoured
I wish more
tradition.
elections were like that, like just humorous and fun, as opposed to, you know, drab and boring and people are going to be at each other's throats. There was a fight, you know. There was a fight. It was John McDonnell's constituency. I think he just won, so he was walking around, and then apparently,
Oh, yeah, I heard about the
yeah.
fight.
So apparently, right-wing thugs, or I think just anti-communists. I
Proud
reckon.
Boys.
No, well, we don't have Proud Boys here, but just
Proud,
a lone
yes, we're the Proud Boys.
person went up to him and attacked him. Like, apparently swung for him, and he was going
Who,
on about.
Boris?
No, not Boris.
Oh.
Thugs,
Oh.
right? You know, people who don't like the Labour Party. John McDonnell. Were you following any of that?
Oh no.
No, I'm not, because I don't live in Britain.
Well, no, you're following what I'm saying, because I clearly said it was
Oh,
John
yeah.
McDonnell who was getting swung at by
Sorry,
this guy.
I'm
John
thinking of a
McDonnell.
lot of things at the same time, so.
So yeah. So anyway, he got whisked away, and I assume the guy's been arrested. But that was about it, really. And I don't think the guy should have done it. It was stupid. But
Yeah.
personally, I would have been interested to see how McDonald would have fared if he actually got hit. And the thing is, this is the guy who regularly has promoted violence against his political opponents anyway, so it's only fair that somebody dishes it out at him. This is a guy that's wanted to hang, who said, you know what, they should be hung for what they, Toro should be hung. I mean, he claimed he was joking, but he has a history of saying psychopathic things, so it's like,
Hey,
you deserve it.
Did you see Ken Livingstone blaming Labour's loss on the Jews?
Yeah, the Jewish vote didn't help. No, did it? I'm like, oh my god, we've not even finished. It was literally exit polls, and he was saying
It hasn't even been a day.
I know.
It hadn't even been a day. And he's like,
Quote Ray Murazami, let me finish.
Let me finish, please. Let me finish. Mother of lies. I am not the mother of lies. Let me finish.
Did the alt-right endorse Jeremy Corbyn again, like they did 2 years ago? Or whatever?
Well, this guy isn't alt-right. He's like old school, but have you heard of the BNP?
Yeah, British National Party.
Yeah, Nick Griffin wanted Corbyn to win. I know a lot of the Mosley supporters. There's a fan club of like Oswald Mosley online.
God.
The fact.
Imagine, unironically supporting Oswald Mosley.
So people like Laura Towler and people like that, they wanted Corbyn to win. They seemed, from what I heard, they were gutted. And because they're basically socialist them as well, I mean, that's what Mosley was. He was a fascist. But who's typing?
I'm playing Tetris right now.
But we can hear you on the thing.
Oh. Alright, well, you assume I care, so.
Well, we're trying to have standards on this podcast.
It's literally called Spergonomics. Let me spurg.
True, but it's going to annoy the viewers. We need viewers.
With our spurging.
But we do need viewers, and people don't like typing, so.
Fine.
You can do it later, trust me.
Yeah.
Just pause it, and it'll be fine.
I need constant stimulation.
True.
I feel attacked when you say that.
Constant stimulation, yeah. Well, it is Alkazai.
I attack everybody. I'm a ruthless human being.
I was thinking more of the double entendre.
Ooh.
Ooh. So what else? There's the impeachment that's going on. Do you want to talk about the impeachment that's been going on?
Sure.
If you want Alkazai, I can go and talk about it a little bit first.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta go in.
So, the House Judiciary Committee, I think is what its name is. So they voted exactly on party lines on whether or not to adopt the 2 articles of impeachment, which are obstruction of justice and obstructing Congress. The second one, I think he should get a medal for, not really be impeached for it, but...
Yeah, did you see the Babylon Bee article? Trump's popularity surges after he was convicted. After he was indicted for obstruction of Congress.
Oh yeah.
Now that's what I call Chad.
Indeed, but right now there's actually one Democratic House member in the House of Representatives just switched to being a Republican. Outright.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
So that's actually a pretty big deal. Especially as it was enough for Jerry Nadler to actually have to call him out for it.
Who the fuck's Jerry Nadler, dude?
He's the head of the House Judiciary Committee. He's also a establishment Democrat.
Oh, okay.
So do you reckon they've got a leg to stand on? Because I don't understand who is obstructing. What's he obstructed? How's he done it?
Well, it's the Ukraine thing. To a certain extent, I agree with him. It's like, well, you probably shouldn't be using our position as the world superpower to just get favors to dig up dirt in your political rivals. But at the same time, Joe Biden needs to be investigated too. Both these motherfuckers need to be investigated.
Look at these photographs.
Well, and also, when you actually look at the transcript, it really doesn't look like that happened. So,
I haven't read
really, the entire thing could just be full of lies.
Yeah.
Like, the transcript is out there.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Roger Scruton thing. Like, they basically interviewed him and then ran it as a hit piece. I think it was The Spectator or something like that.
Well, and also, one of the people called in for a witness basically just said that this is a sham and then basically left.
Yeah, so like with Scruton, Douglas Murray got them to release the transcript, and basically it turned out that what they made him out to have said was not that bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Yeah. So
let's have that transcript. Let's see what actually was said. So do you reckon Trump did do something wrong there? Like
no.
I think it's possible. I mean, because like you have to admit, it looks weird.
yeah, Ukraine, well, Western Ukraine, isn't it? Like what could possibly be there? You know, like what is it? Gas and oil? Is it?
No.
But
Okay, so Joe Biden's son was on the board of a Ukrainian gas company. I forget its name. Burisma. That's his name. He was
Burisma.
executive board for Burisma, and he was getting paid $50,000 a month, and he has no expertise in gas or corporate. He was a lawyer, so it looks weird. He was pretty much only there because, well, his last name is Biden, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son. That's pretty much why he was there.
Didn't he also like father a child?
Oh god.
Yeah, he fathered a child with a stripper, and he's married to his dead brother's ex-wife.
That's a bit creepy.
It's bit okay. All right.
I reckon they're gonna embarrass themselves. Like Joe Biden is like I think he's a witness, isn't he? Like that's just gonna destroy it. Like I've heard that's basically ended their hopes of impeaching him successfully because he's involved in it as well. And also he's incoherent. Like he's gonna get on the podium and be like, nowhere the gas, oil, like you know, nobody's gonna understand the word he's saying, and he might end up bleeding from the eyes. Like Jesus. So who do you think's the front runner now for the Democrats? Because I mean, it's still Hillary, but she's not running. So still Joe,
Biden.
still
Joseph.
decrepit Uncle Joe.
Did you actually know that he forgot which state he was in multiple times? He forgot when he was vice president. He nibbled on his wife's fingers in a
Okay, to be fair, the image you saw was extremely on video it looked cute, but like on the picture it just looks weird.
Yeah, that's the thing with pictures. They don't show the full picture.
Okay,
I mean, ironically enough.
even on video, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing
in a
that.
speech.
Do it at home.
It's kind of quirky though.
Well, maybe for you.
To me, that just shows me more of a reason to not vote for him.
But why?
I'm not saying it was appropriate behavior. I just kind of thought it was adorable.
So who's actually voting for him enough to keep him ahead of the polls?
Basically anybody who
Really?
like barely. No, okay, so the people who
entirety
barely
of
pay attention.
Biden's base right now is just people who think that he's electable because he is the front runner.
No,
As long
no,
as he's
it's
not a front runner, everyone's gonna leave him.
no. Okay, also it's the people who are like who think they know a lot about politics, and so when they're asked, "Oh, who do you support?" It's like, "Oh shit, who's running right now? Joe Biden." Yeah, Joe Biden. It's the people who barely follow politics. And they're just like,
he has
fuck,
clout for being the VP. That's
It's
automatic
simply
points.
just clout.
Yeah, kind of like Trump he has clout for being the president. Like that's already.
Well, also
a head start.
the boomers really love Biden.
Yeah, I don't get the love for him. I mean, I guess he was okay as a VP. He wasn't really like out there. Actually, a lot.
Well, VPs should never do anything really,
Mm-hmm.
because as soon as a VP does something, that means that the president is incapacitated or dead.
Ooh. Can you believe that Nancy Pelosi's like, what, she's third in line if something bad happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
That's terrifying. I'm surprised that nobody's done
I'm
it.
a Catholic. We don't hate anybody. It's like, oh, are you one of those anti-baby murder Catholics?
Are you
Nope.
playing Tetris again?
Fuck, I'm sorry.
I can hear you.
Here, I'll decrease my mic thing. Hold on.
Maybe I'll decrease you in Discord. No.
Or here. Let me just.
Because you're 129%. Which isn't a lot, guys,
What?
don't worry. That should be.
129% here. I'll move my.
Oh, for God's sake, don't start doing that. You'll be tanking the views. So, I still can't believe he's going to be the one who's facing Trump. It's going to just be an easy steamrolling 2020 for him. Like, he probably won't.
That's implying that it wouldn't be an easy steamrolling
Yeah.
with anyone
It's
on
like
that
really
page.
True, but like, it's too easy. Like he probably won't even need to get out of first gear. Like
All right,
Boris
here
basically
I'm gonna
didn't.
test. Can you hear me bash my
Yes,
keyboard?
yes, we can still hear it. I can still hear
Yes,
it.
we can hear you.
All right, I'll just stop playing Tetris then.
Good. So like, Boris never got out of first gear. He largely avoided the media for the most part, except for the two main debates, and basically left the rest to debate amongst themselves and bicker and make everybody make them all look worse. Apart from Farage, he seemed to, from what I heard, he seemed to come across well in those what did they call it? A secondary party debates, smaller party debates, opposition debates, and
Well, I mean, it's not all that hard to go and look like you know what you're doing better than Joe Swinson.
well, true, but again, TV.
Joe
nerds.
lost her own fucking seat.
I know. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. So, yeah, like, I honestly, if this is the best that the Democrats have got, which is comparable to what the best of Labour's got, they're not actually as extreme. Some of them.
Yeah, progressives.
Trump doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to just go through the motions.
Unless like Tulsi gets in there,
She's not. Though.
God willing.
Mommy's not gonna win.
Yeah, she's not gonna appear in the next debate, which is really
Do
stupid. Of her.
you remember when Kamara dropped out? Did you see somebody retweet this video of her of Tulsi just playing the ukulele like ding? It's like yes, another scalp. she's been like going after people and claiming heads. Like this is a crazy record. First
It's Tulsi needs to like be in the debate. It's such a stupid idea for her to not be in there.
Oh, she didn't make it in the end, did she?
No, she did, but she's not going.
She should go. She needs another scalp. There'll be more time for her because they basically can't give it anything less because there's less people. So just go for it.
But like,
I mean, I don't want Yang
just
to be
so
no offense. Yeah, I know you're Yang Gang, but
yeah,
I want Tulsi there because at least he will be more bearable. By the way, speaking of Yang,
yeah,
God, what a cook!
he's not. Oh my God,
She gave him permission.
Have you considered the possibility that it might be a joke?
It might be a joke, but it still doesn't look good.
I don't understand. Why does that look bad?
Because it makes him look like he doesn't wear the trousers and he wants to be president, basically. So it makes him look weak and not much of a leader.
My parents make those jokes all the time. It's my
Yeah,
grandparents.
but
everybody in my life.
He's a presidential
Everybody in your
hopeful.
life does it.
It's optics, guys. Remember?
Presidents are people too.
Well, I don't know. They people forget that they're people when they're in office. That's the thing. So
I just don't see.
Here's a question.
Even if assuming it isn't a joke, it's not really the worst thing in the world because
no, it's not the worst thing, but it's the funniest thing in the world.
Because keep in mind they have 2 kids, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and one of their children is autistic. One of their children is autistic. So of course she's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, because if he's gonna be traveling around campaigning and shit.
I love how you're defending Daddy.
I am because because that's the worst attack I've seen on him so far.
Yeah, he's lucky. Tulsi has had a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, well, that's because Andrew Yang.
Because Tulsi can just scalp people if she doesn't like.
Yeah. Andrew Yang, he when he criticizes people, it's
so
really.
Say she becomes president, right?
Yeah.
Would she? I mean, she would become commander in chief of the army, but she'd still be technically a major, and still be active. Like she could go to war and like fight in battle if she wanted to.
And just fight on the front lines.
Yeah.
George Washington did, but he was commanding troops. And he's the only
Well, he
president.
wouldn't have been.
But he wasn't president at the same time.
Yeah, he wasn't. He became
Right.
president afterwards. It was somebody else, wasn't it? He was leader of the Congress.
No. The Shays Rebellion.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Was
Shays Rebellion.
he
is a thing.
president even then?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
No.
was president during the Shays Rebellion.
The last British monarch to fight in battle was it number 2, George 2, or was it number 3? One of those two. They won the battle as well. I think it was French Indian War. Well, he died anyway, didn't he? Eventually.
Well, he should have died sooner.
Even though he wasn't to
yeah.
blame for any of it.
I'm just sorry. Just my anti-monarchism is just.
Well, the Americans are idiots. Your entire history is just about that whole war. It's just so
Excuse me?
stupid. Blaming the king for everything when he didn't even have the power to to do anything.
Actually, we blames the chain and parliaments for everything.
Yeah,
Well, that's
they
not
yell
what a
at
lot of
Parliament, too.
Americans say. They just keep this tyrannical king. It's like, well, the king wasn't in power technically.
Well, they mentioned
The chain actually did do the royal decree that basically said
But that's what they all do. They always
that
sign
everyone
the
will hang.
laws. If he didn't, it would be a constitutional crisis.
He personally made that law, though. Like, he
You can't
personally gave it.
Yeah, they all
Yeah, he
personally give permission. That's what they do.
No,
remember?
he personally requested that such a thing would be passed.
I'm pretty sure that they can't do that though, even now, even back then, because of the
I think they
Glorious
could do that in
Revolution.
1775.
Pretty sure they couldn't. That's not what I read. But
Alright. Even if that's even
most
still,
of Parliament was still pro-America anyway.
You know what? Hashtag Hanoverian man bad.
That put up ironically.
Hashtag Continental Anglos bad.
Hashtag monarchy's bad.
It is pretty bad, but that's why you need to it if you're gonna have it.
I say, right? We take the guillotine, right?
Mm.
Chop off their heads.
The views of Alkazai do not reflect the views of the Spergonomics podcast, specifically the British member of the podcast. See, in Britain we don't use guillotines, though. We just use, we used to use just axes. I'm pretty sure the last...
Like real men.
Yeah, maybe we did use the guillotine, because
Oh
the
God,
last...
who?
The last beheading was in 1840 something, so...
Hey, the last execution by guillotine was in 1972.
Was it?
Yeah, in France, I think.
It wouldn't have been public, though. It would have been behind closed doors. That's crazy. 1972, so they still had the death penalty then.
I think
It must have been treason
convicted
or
murderer
something.
Hamadea Jabonji was the last to meet his death by the national erasure after he was executed by guillotine in 1977.
Wow. That's pretty early. That's
Where
not
was
too far
this?
away. That was in France.
Oh.
So it's just crazy how the guillotine was still used all the way up to the 20th century. Like, that's just crazy. How do you still use that when you've got lethal injection, you've got the electric chair? No, we're still using the guillotine.
Because it makes a funny swishing sound.
I mean, to some extent. I mean, most of that's just cabbage being used as a Foley thing, but I imagine cutting through bone sounds a bit different to that, because, you got to cut that spine. Who was the last person? I know this is going to be even more morbid. Oh, Skype. I need to turn that off. Oops. You'll hear that now, guys.
I think Tennessee used a guillotine for a bit.
So who's the last person to be lynched, though?
Depends.
I think that still happens in some areas, really.
No,
People
last lynching was in 1988.
Wow,
Oh.
that's crazy.
Well, the last lynching in Missouri took place in Valley Park, Missouri, which is now a suburb. On a bridge in 1896. They just took this black guy, hung him over a bridge.
So he was.
I only know that because my friend was like, "Hey, Al, did you know that like the last lynching in Missouri took place like 3 blocks away from here?" I was like, "Fucking
Wow.
what?"
So I'm having a look at this map because you know what I'm saying?
1981. His name was Michael Donald.
Wow, was he innocent or did he actually?
He was probably innocent. Let's
Yeah.
be real here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering though because even then they still shouldn't put the law in their own hands. Just I don't know, sue him, get the police. You don't need to.
Oh, one of the lynching deaths in Illinois was the founder of the Mormon Church.
Oh, dude,
yeah, was he lynched?
I love that one.
Yeah. He was lynched.
How old was he when he died? He wasn't very old. I know that.
He was 38 years old.
He was a con man. No wonder he got lynched. He was obviously selling some snake oil, and then the people caught
holy
him.
shit! You think Illinois treated the Mormons bad?
What are you looking
Hold
up?
on. Yeah, don't. Hold on. So Missouri was very anti-Mormon. We've kicked them out. So this is the excerpt from Missouri Executive Order 44.
Wow.
Hold on, wait. Headquarters of the militia, City of Jefferson, October 7th, 1838. Jefferson City is the capital of Missouri, for those of you who don't know. General John B. Clark. Sir, since the order of this morning, directing you to the cause of 400 mountain men to be raised within your division, I have received by Amos Reese, Esquire of Ray County, and Wiley C. Williams, Esquire of one of my aides, information of the most appalling character, which entirely changes in the face of things, and places the Mormons in the attitude of an open and avowed defiance of the laws, and having made war upon the people of this state. Your orders are, therefore, to hasten your operation with all possible speed. The Mormons must be treated as enemies, and must be exterminated or driven from the state if necessary for the public peace. Their outrages are beyond all description. If you can increase your force, you are authorized to do so to any extent you may consider necessary. I have just issued orders to Major General Wilcock of Marion County to raise 500 men and march them to the northern part of Daviess County. There they will unite with General Donovan of Clay, who has been ordered with 500 men to proceed to the same point for the purpose of intercepting the retreat of the Mormons to the north. They have been directed to communicate with you by express. You can also communicate with them if you find it necessary. Instead, therefore, of proceeding as the first directed to reinstate the citizens of Daviess in their homes, you will proceed to immediately to Richmond and then operate against the Normans. Brigadier General Parks of Ray has been ordered to have the 400 men of his brigade readiness at you at Richmond. The whole force will be placed under your command. I am very respectfully, your obedient, L.W. Boggs, Commander-in-Chief.
So what was the cause of all this? Was it just them preaching, or did they actually break the law? Did they kill somebody?
They didn't like the polygamy part.
Oh, wait, so they have to be... They basically declared war on bigamists?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, you could just evict them.
Well, by the way, that order
This
wasn't
was
rescinded
early
until that wasn't rescinded until 1977.
Wow. It sounds like they were treated a bit like the Jews in Europe.
When my parents were born, they could have legally killed a Mormon in Missouri and gotten away with it.
There was a law like years ago. I don't know if it's an urban legend or not, but apparently in Chester, which is like it's not quite a border town, but kind of is between England and Wales. Apparently, at a certain point in time, I think it's like evening to night, you can legally kill a Welshman with a crossbow.
Until when?
Well, I know what I'm doing.
It's something
when I
like the
visit
evening
Chester.
till night or something like that. So it's
Oh my god, that's base. That is.
I think it's an urban legend. I don't
know
think
what
it
I'm
ever
doing
happened.
when I visit Chester to have less labor voters.
Because basically, if you're in a state of war and you're in a border town like that, Chester, which was a very important stronghold in the north, at least at that time, not anymore, you would just have self-defense anyway. You'd use your longbow or crossbow, whatever you've got. You wouldn't need a law to tell you to kill that allows you to kill a Welshman. You would just do it, you know. But it doesn't matter. It's a funny little thing. But like the way you describe how the Normans are treated, it reminds me of the Jews in like Europe. You know how they're just driven from state to state, basically, all around the continent.
I think this is my favorite thing. This is one of my favorite obscure pieces of American history. It's just the time Missouri declared war on the fucking Mormons.
And the thing is, polygamy is like the least worst thing to like. I mean, I understand why to some extent. You know, it goes against basically Christian values. I mean, you know, it's one man, one woman, at least back then. You know, so that would be a big no-no. But really, I mean, they must have done worse. I mean, the fact that the guy who founded it was basically a blasphemer. I mean, and a con artist. I mean,
he also may or may not have fucked a 14-year-old.
Oh, I mean, was that legal in some places back then, though?
Not really.
What, even in the 1820s? Was it?
I don't think so.
Wow, even back then. I don't know.
So, yeah.
It was definitely different back then in some places, but
yeah, in some places. But I don't think in New York it was.
Yeah, that's when it started in New York. A lot of these things, like the Klan as well. You know, the Ku Klux Klan were more popular in the North than the South. At least had more members in the North. Doesn't mean they're necessarily more popular, but
laws regarding child sexual abuse. Thank you, Wikipedia.
All right
United
then.
States. Child sex abuse laws in the United States. Oh, there's an entire Wikipedia.
Hello, Chief Moody. Fucking Moody.
Alright.
You've not missed much. We would talk about the election and stuff like that. Now we're just spurging out.
Yeah, pretty much.
God, I can't.
It doesn't matter. But I can.
No, I'll find it.
Like, I remember there was So anyway, I've got this. What I was trying to say was, I found this map of of all the places where the under 18s voted, and it's just a sea of red and yellow and orange and a bit of green, and it's like whoever is like whoever wants to win the youth vote has they have a lot of work to do. And I think it shows really, and you can even see in some of the smaller pockets of the university towns, because for some reason university campuses are also considered constituencies. It's just rotten boroughs basically. They vote overwhelmingly leftist, so basically they're just communist factories, aren't they, at this point? And they're pumping these people out, and then they vote Corbyn basically. Who still uses Skype? Some boomers that I talk to.
Oh my god.
I tried to talk to one person, but he didn't get back to me. He's complete, even though it says he's online, but he's disappeared off the internet for a while, so maybe he's not actually online. But like, it's just depressing to see all the. I mean, it's not for me, but for other people who assume that Zoomers were more right wing when they're not. They're not at all. They're very clearly the same as any young person who has ever lived. And in fact, they're probably closer to millennials anyway. Like, I've consistently shared that Pew Research thing for like years and years to conservatives. Like, stop deluding yourselves. They're the typical young people. In fact, only recently did I actually know some Zoomers who voted Conservative. Even then, they were like, "Oh, I just read the manifesto. Thought, yeah, I don't want to pay more taxes." And I'm like, anybody can come up with that. That's not even.
Actually, one of the admins of my server did a lot of canvassing for the Conservatives.
He's probably one of the young Conservatives then, most likely.
Yeah,
but it's just
he's still in high school or I think it's taught in Britain secondary school.
Then it must be his parents that have got him into that then, because I can't imagine him doing it on his own.
No, I think I got him into that.
Of course, you groomed him. you did what Sargon used to say to Jim. Oh, you're just grooming these kids to be trolls. I
turned him from a centrist to a classical liberal in the course of 2 weeks. So
nice, very nice.
Oh, Mitch was in Sargon's stream.
Yes, I was.
I
wasn't intending to.
You didn't shield the podcast.
I know. I had to skedaddle really quickly. Basically, I was actually thinking I was just going to be on because there was 2 streams in concurrent. There was Not So Obvious, and then there was Sargon, and I was just chilling with those guys. And then next thing I know, I'm in Sargon's stream for ages with Dankula later on, Trigger Hippie, and Disco.
There was another Scottish guy. What was his name?
Nooker. Less said about him, the better. But anyway, what I found funny was like Dankula hadn't been clued up on a lot of the funny shit that had gone down. So when I told him, like, well, he said, I think he asked, have they blamed the Jews yet? And I said, yeah, it was Ken Livingstone.
God.
But he's always been like that, Ken Livingstone. Always. He was one of the first ones to say weird stuff. Like, he said that Hitler was a Zionist, which he wasn't a Zionist. Like, let's get out of the way. He didn't like agree with the whole homeland thing. But I think in his defense though, I think I know where he's coming from, but I still think he's an idiot for saying that.
Is he talking about the Madagascar plan?
God knows what he's talking about. But I think at first,
you know what that is?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, vaguely. Go on, you want to explain it? Because I only
Yeah.
vaguely heard
So the
about it.
Madagascar plan was a plan for Hitler had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of killing the Jews, it would be a lot easier to just move them somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, they took over France,
Yeah.
and they were thinking, "Oh yeah, we could take Madagascar." But the thing was, they had to go to Madagascar, and that was like really far away,
Mm.
and they didn't. And Britain still controlled the Suez Canal,
Mm-hmm. And that's go
And
around
they-
the Cape of Good Hope, but we also control
and
that.
they'd have to go, and they'd have to somehow bypass the British Navy, which was
in South
not-
Africa as well.
in South Africa as well, which
Yeah.
might have not been. So he just scrapped it and killed them instead. You know.
I mean, he could. I mean, even in the 30s, I think he was encouraging. He may have been. I've heard about this. There was. I mean, there was a lot of immigration anyway because a lot of the Jews realised slowly. Oh no, this isn't the party that's going to make Germany great again. At least not for us. Because people forget that the Jews felt betrayed too. Because a lot of them had fought and died
They
in
felt
World
they
War
were
One.
German. They felt they were German.
They were, yeah.
They saw themselves as Krauts.
Mm-hmm.
Big mistake. But they saw themselves as Krauts.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were, but that's neither here nor
I mean,
there.
yeah, I'm not saying they weren't.
Hmm.
Just saying it was a mistake.
Well, yeah. But yeah, they believed in the stab in the back as well. A lot of them did, especially the veterans, which people forget. And there were a lot of veterans.
There was a subsect of Jews who were so openly like Nazis, and they would ironically chant "Down with us, down with us." They were all killed, but they were all killed. It was like, all right, that it wasn't the best move on you guys.
Yeah,
It wasn't-
and I think
wasn't-
there was some encouragement for them to leave. I've read something like that, but it wasn't necessarily a policy. It was more like
yeah, he encouraged them to leave, but
yeah.
like
It wasn't a policy.
he
though.
didn't care where they went.
Mm.
He just wanted them out.
Yeah, he wasn't a Zionist. I think he would have found the Jewish state probably a threat in his weird
Yeah.
way.
He probably would have. And on top of that, he just didn't care where they went.
Yeah, as long
He
as
just
they
wanted
went
them
somewhere.
out of-
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of them went to the U.S. The U.S. rejected them, so they went back, and most of those people died in the Holocaust.
A lot of British people, and the British also rejected a lot of Jews as well, especially in Palestine, because we were basically trying to please the Arabs and please the Jews, and it was causing a lot of problems. So when we rejected a lot of Jews who were on boats ready to hop off, and then they ended up dying, that didn't look good for the British, and that caused
also
the Civil War.
a small subsect of them, when they were rejected, they went to Cuba, and so they just formed a large Jewish community in Cuba, and then Castro kicked them out.
Of course, why am I not surprised? The communists doing that.
Of course, yeah. There's a Wikipedia article about it, the history of Jews in Cuba.
It explains why.
Actually, there's also the fact that the Holocaust didn't really end in 1945 for Poland. It went on for several more years there. Because they just kept on ethnically killing the Jews.
Well,
How?
46
Wait,
to 47 was
they
a
used the
wilderness
camps?
kind of thing.
Wait, Poland still use the camps?
I think they just shot them.
Well, people forget that in the aftermath of World War II, it was kind of anarchic for a while, for about a year or two. So like there was people being forced out of countries, and even Germans were victims of this. In the Polish corridor.
There's a reason why there's
Danzig,
barely any Germans anymore in Eastern Europe when there used to be millions.
There used to be Germans in the highest office of the Russian Empire. Baltic Germans, that's what they were. So like people lived in Courland and Estonia and places like that. They were Germans.
You also had the Transylvanian Saxons in Romania. They were kicked out.
I mean, funnily enough, the Hungarians are still there, and they're now in Romania, and that's causing issues to this day. But that was causing issues even when it belonged to Hungary, because then it was Romanians. It's crazy how that works.
You know what? I have an idea. How about we create a state in Transylvania so nobody's happy?
Transylvania.
Yeah, we should do that. With
I have a
Northern
better
Ireland,
idea.
too.
How about if we have the United States annex Hungary and Romania? Then everyone's happy.
I have an idea. Independence for Northern Ireland. Nobody gets what they want. Nobody's happy.
I don't like what's going on with Northern Ireland. I feel like we're abandoning them. Oh, we've got a super chat from Ebola-chan. Chief Rabbi, how are you doing? I need to explain this meme now, don't I? Without giving too much away. No, I'm the Chief Rabbi.
No, you don't have to.
I'm doing well, Ebola-chan. Oh, it's €2. You're a continental. I'm disappointed in you. I'm joking. Thank you so much.
Continental. Ew.
Oh yeah, in the chat revenue stream on here, because I've got the stream thing. It's £1.60. Decent exchange rate.
£1.60.
It's a decent exchange rate. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, okay. So I've been trolling people online, and these people would be what you would call Nazis, fascists. Fascists is probably more.
Wait, should we invite him on?
No, we're
No.
not inviting this person on because then the game would be revealed to them. All right, we can't allow them to know the truth. This is why I'm being vague, guys. All you need to know is I'm trolling fascists, literal fascists. Well, they wouldn't call themselves that, I reckon. Some of them wouldn't, anyway. I don't know about this guy, but I know he's economically left wing, culturally, basically Oswald Mosley, right?
Is he English?
No, he's Irish. What, Mosley?
No, the guy you're talking about.
No, he's Irish.
Okay.
But the Chinese Italian. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Shake your fists, guys. Shake your fists.
No.
So anyway, I was
This
trolling.
is not okie dokie.
This is not okay. No.
Yeah. We.
I used to work with
we're gonna do
Italians.
bad Italian accents.
I used to work with a Sicilian.
You.
I used to work with the Sicilian, then later an Italian mainlander. So anyway, I was trolling these guys, right? And I convinced one of them, possibly a few of them, that I'm Jewish, but I'm not.
Oh, I did that one time too, but with a friend of mine in real life. I convinced him I was a gay Jew.
A gay Jew.
Yeah.
See, I could totally be convinced that you're gay. To be fair.
Yeah. But like, so basically my friends were like, so I make the same jokes to my IRL friends, you know, right? But then they said, so are you gonna like ramp it up for this kid? And I was like, no, I'm gonna like act completely normal, but just like if the conversation comes up, it's like, oh yeah, I like to take it up the ass.
So basically, this happened, and loads of people from like the Deep Law, well, at least the people I talked to from the original Deep Law, liked what I was doing, and I basically showed the main guy who I'm talking to was basically mental. He's legit a bit crazy. He's a bit loony, and who was it that made me the thing? I think it was who was it that made it now? He's here somewhere in my DMs. It's not Teabag. He made the original one. He edited the original Avatar. It was Skalk that made the original. I think it was American Oddity, maybe, who made me this avatar on Twitter, which is, you know, the stereotype cartoon of, you know, the wandering merchant dude.
Yeah.
But he put this Halloween thing on his head because I was still using my Halloween costume avatar. So basically, the idea was to make these people think, yeah, he's definitely Jewish, and to poke fun at them as well. So it's not me going crazy, guys. It's ironic. And then I thought to myself,
You're only going ironically crazy.
Indeed.
I'm the
Why'd you
unironic one
change
with that.
Mitch's name again?
I changed it to the 12 tribes of Mitch.
Yeah, I saw that. But
And then
Chicago, why'd you change his name? What the fuck?
I know he took the T out.
He earns the Chad's nickname for
Oh,
the
yeah.
server.
Chadis Albus. I like that.
What does Albus mean?
It should be.
It's just the Latin. It's the Latin way of writing Albion.
I think Britannicus would be better.
Yeah, but that's already taken.
Oh yeah, it is. So anyway, I then decided, hang on, I could be the chief rabbi of the liberalists. So there we go.
You're the liberalist chief rabbi.
I am.
You know, I'm actually.
Oh no, Ebola-chan, we're not trying to bully you.
Better.
We're not trying to bully you, Ebola-chan. We love you, really.
Yeah.
We love you. I don't know who you are, but I love you. Dude, next time we have a guest on here that I don't know, I'm gonna be like, oh god, I've been a fan for you for years. He's like, wait, really? I'm like, oh no, I just figured out you existed like yesterday.
But what struck me was how quickly he went from 0 to 60, this dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, I literally, all I told him to do was get a job. Because I had this idea, because of this video he made, that he was basically unemployed. He probably still is, but I don't know. He said he wasn't. So I thought, oh, well, there goes my trolling. There goes the whole premise of the joke. It still riled him up a bit because he thought I was smearing him. I thought I could pretend to be a dirty, dirty smear merchant as well. But
This is some next level.
but then he
shit.
went, "Are you Jewish?" And I'm like, "What?" Just
So
immediately.
yeah, what does this have to do with it?
You
And
know,
then
he did the same thing with AA.
Yeah, but like
He's asking
literally,
AA if he's Jewish.
you ask him, why the hell are you asking this question? Why is it relevant? And they think they become more convinced because they think you're trying to not answer the question. But a real Jew would just go, yeah, and well, a person who is not Jewish would be like, what?
You know, if they ever asked me, if they ever asked me if I'm Jewish, I'll just say, yeah, call me Ishmael.
Call me Ishmael. Yeah. I just don't want. And then at one point he was talking to I've got to get his name right. It is Mecca, Fresh Mecca, Mecca Chunda Thunky on Twitter, right? And he literally thought he was a black woman. He's like, "Are you actually a black woman?" Because they were debating each other, and he said a point that he didn't like. I'm like, "Are you trying to say he's stupid? Because you think he's black? Like what?" Apparently,
He's black. Yeah, so what?
but a black woman in particular, because his avatar's a black woman.
Oh yeah.
But
Did you just say yes?
he should have said that, yeah. But one, I'm surprised he chose to ignore all the red flags that I was throwing at him. I was making it very obvious it was a troll, and he still took the bait. And I'm like, I think he just wants to believe it, so he has something against me, or maybe it helps affirm his worldview. I don't know.
No me gusta der Juden.
And then all this came from just him debating AA over farms. And like the efficacy and the ethical stuff about factory farming and hoarding cows into confined spaces. I mean, I'm personally not a fan of factory farming. I think free range is probably better for all it. But if it's humane factory farming, then who am I to say? It's good food.
I kind of don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I really don't care. I just
And
want
then-
my hamburger.
So and then he said to AA, "Did you even read high?"
fucking care about factory farming and negative effects on the animals. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
And then he said one of the best things I've ever seen, and it was unironic. He said, "Do you even read Heidegger?" to AA. I'm like, oh my god, that's unironic. Do you read Locke? Basically. Exactly.
Read Locke.
Ebola Chan just said it here. This is really homosexual. Anyway, read Heidegger. Which I plan on doing, actually. I do plan on reading him at some point in my life. But
Bro, do you even read Locke, bro?
do you even read Foucault, bro?
No.
Do you
Why would
even
I
read
actually did
Mises,
read.
bro?
I've read like half of his book, Madness and Civilization.
I don't have that one, I think.
Yeah, I didn't understand what he was talking about. So
Yeah,
I'm just like, all right.
some of it's translation, but some of it is him purposefully doing it like that, just obfuscating, hiding it behind jargon.
I'm not really that smart, so I'm just like,
No.
Just...
Even smart people struggle to read him. But he unlike say Derrida, he has more ideas you can coax out of it if you read between the
Well, there
lines.
was one thing where he said like I can't remember where this might have not been in the book. It might have been a quote I heard, but he said like doctors often treat us like we're broken machines, and I'm like, that's
well,
kind of
yeah.
their fucking jobs.
Yeah. Well, he's being literal, isn't he? Like, oh, they just treat us as machines rather than
Yeah,
spiritual.
he's like, oh, this is
you
degrading
know.
our humanity, and I'm like, I don't care.
But it's not the human. The human body is a biological machine which needs to be fine tuned and looked after, basically. You know?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
argue spiritual well-being is a thing. I'm the least spiritual person on the planet. I don't care about that stuff. But
You see, I care more about my physical well-being than my spiritual well-being.
I care about my mental
Because
well-being as well.
You know, having a nice, wholesome spirit is nice and all, but not when you have colon cancer.
Exactly. It might ease the pain.
Aren't you like a Christian or whatever? Chicago.
Hmm?
Chicago, aren't you like a Christian though?
Yeah.
But he
Oh,
still has
okay.
a hierarchy of needs,
Yeah.
It's still up there, but it's not the
Yeah,
most important.
I still don't want to, die.
Exactly. That doesn't mean you don't see spirituality as not important. It's
Hold
just,
on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna put my fedora on real quick.
oh, we go. Actually,
Why, if heaven is so great, why don't you just kill yourself now? All right, I'm gonna put it away now.
speaking of
All right.
fedora tipping, I mean, I don't want to, I don't want to rag on you people, but let's be honest, the tradcons are embarrassing themselves, weren't they?
Oh,
Not saying
God.
you're a tradcon Chicago, but they're Christians, aren't they? They
I was
were.
about to say, I'm not even a conservative.
Yeah, I know you're not, but the Christians were
Like,
not.
what's her name?
Wait a
Ashley
minute.
Ray Goldenberg
Wait a
was just
minute. The
attacking this one.
The TradCons aren't even Christian either.
Some of them are, aren't they? Like
At least
Matt
AAs,
Walsh
no.
is. Matt Walsh
Well, I'm
is.
talking. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Tradlore. Yeah,
No,
none of
no,
them are
no.
Christian there.
No, the Daily Wire types, Lauren Chen.
Wait, AA's Christian?
No.
Not a Christian?
No, he's not.
Oh.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, he's a Christian. That's news to me.
I mean, he might be culturally Christian. Well, he might,
AA actually got banned from Tradlore last night.
did he?
Mm-hmm.
Thing
He
is,
left. He
do.
completely disavowed him.
thing is though, right? He only wanted to get christened so he could get his kid into Catholic school, which is not really necessary anymore.
It isn't.
I got into a Catholic college, as in like sixth form. It's weird how Britain works, guys. But high school senior,
yeah.
basically, and I didn't
I
have to
mean-
be Catholic.
Yeah, dude. The Catholic school I go to, you don't have to be Catholic.
Technically, my family is Church of England, but we don't. Only one of us practices it.
Who, your mom or something?
My nan, but even then, she's kind of all over the place. Like she goes to loads of different places to hang out with. It's just the community aspect. She doesn't care if she's hanging out with Quakers or Jesuits or whatever. Just as long as she's having fun.
Jesuits? Oh, God. Don't
She
hang
probably-
out with the Jesuits.
She probably would, and she'd probably get along with them.
Oh, well, is your grandma like a super lefty or whatever?
No, she's just centre really. She has opinions, but she's not like extreme or anything.
Oh, I was gonna say the Jesuits are like, God, they're insufferably just.
They were hated because I've been reading a lot on World War One and like European society. They hate the Jesuits,
Yeah,
especially in France.
understandable.
I personally don't have much of an issue with them, but I've not really met them, so I used to live near them though, but I never saw them.
I mean, if like, so you know how like Jesuits are like the SJWs of the Catholic Church.
Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, they're still. I mean, especially back then, they were the real radical types. Now they're fairly conservative. But like, if the Catholic Church had a social justice wing, it would be them.
But the thing is, right, what the Daily Wire type should have done was just say you should probably decrease the amount of porn you're watching. Everybody can get behind that. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be watching too much because too much of stuff is bad for you. But no,
Yep.
outright banning, like...
Well, I don't know. After the whole conservative Twitter started blowing up about porn or whatever, I watched a video of hentai just to spite them. I'm not even joking. I did it.
I was proud of my
Yeah,
video.
right.
I thought I put some...
Destroyed the libs.
No, not destroyed them. I thought I put a little bit of bite into my rhetoric. I thought, yes.
Destroyed. Mitch destroys conservative.
Well, it wasn't about destroying them. It was pointing out the stupidity of it.
I know,
They can...
I'm fucking whatchamacallit, shitting.
I know. But like, it's just where did that come from all of a sudden? What was the impetus behind it? I just still don't.
Matt
get it.
Walsh said it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said he was right wing Steve Shives. I mean, he even looks like him.
Dude, he is though.
What are you doing, rubber duck?
I don't know. What am I doing?
Quack.
Quack.
Oh yeah, that's why YouTube. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna spam your chat real quick.
We actually had a spam recently. Some guy saying get a job. Like I'm not the guy who needs to get a job. Go to his channel.
Yeah. Oh no, I put caps.
Read
lock.
Heidegger. Damn it.
Read Heidegger.
N I G G.
Careful now. I don't want to get banned. Zeo Gold, don't do that. You don't know who you're messing with. Alright, guys. Thing is, people are gonna know who it is now. Chicago, people are gonna know who it is now.
Oh.
Quack.
Based in red pilled. Anyway, so do you want to hear about the new books I got? I mean, you guys already have.
Oh God.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
I haven't.
Right. So
Tell me about your books, nerd.
speaking of your boy Foucault, I got one of his books,
Which one?
Archaeology of Knowledge. It's purely for a thing about epistemes. He mentions that in like the first paragraph, in the first chapter. That's really why I've got it. Wittgenstein, Tractatus Logico Philosophicus, which is just a book of logical propositions. It's about logic. Henry Kissinger, dun dun dun, World Order. Because I want to do a video on geopolitics. So like all the different ideas of how the world, like after the Soviet Union fell, right?
Oh yeah. Feel free to join and talk to me about that too, because
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually
definitely.
took a class on that last semester.
So like the idea is I want to just talk about like after the Soviet Union fell, about all the different theories about what the post Cold War world was going to be about. So you've got like Fukuyama,
The end of history.
End of History. You've got
Yeah.
Clash of
There was also
Civilizations.
the concept of a hyperpower too, which is just
Yeah.
a superpower, two superpowers.
Who wrote that one? Who wrote that one?
The hyperpower, I don't
Yeah.
know who, but it is a concept.
I've got
in
one book
international
called
relations.
Pandemonium, which is a ethnic idea behind geopolitics. It would be ethnicity that's running through it, as opposed to civilization or people becoming more democratic and boring, which is basically what Fukuyama says. And then there's Kissinger. He's got his own.
You may also want to go and talk about democratic peace theory as well, which is no
Yeah.
two democracies ever do declare war on one another, and democracies rarely ever declare war. Period.
Yeah. He says that in the book.
Yeah.
Doesn't he, Fukuyama? But I'm not so
Well-
sure if that's even the case.
Democracies declaring war on one another, with that not really occurring, that is somewhat true.
I mean, technically, America and Britain fought each other.
But
1812.
Britain at that time wasn't really a democracy.
Neither was America, technically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
But
apply
they
to
still had a democratic system as well, you can argue.
Not really in America or Britain.
Yeah, I guess.
In
one was
Britain, everyone was appointed to the House of Commons. Like, this was before there was really widespread voting.
There was a vote, though. It's just 3%.
Yeah. So it's not really democratic. is
Actually,
it?
it was probably bigger by then, but not by much. But
Yeah.
And also keep in mind, you still have pocket boroughs and stuff like that.
oh,
That
rotten
were-
boroughs, yeah. We
Yeah.
probably still have them now, in a way. But
And I
Yeah,
was
you're-
sent
it's
by a
probably
pocket
true.
borough into Parliament.
I wanted a book. I wanted the third wave of democratization book by the guy who did the Clash of Civilizations, but it's too expensive. It's nearly 40 quid.
Trying to think.
But because there was like a
How
wave.
much, okay, what is a quid? Tell me what
Pound.
a quid is.
It's a pound.
Why not just
it's
say
like a
pound?
But you say books, don't you, or whatever?
No, we don't say books for dollars.
No,
We
bucks.
say bucks.
Bucks. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
bucks.
Bucks.
I heard book.
No, books. As in like 10 bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Anglo.
10 bucks. Do I have to talk American just to say that to you? 10 bucks.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I think I'll just go slightly Balmer. Bucks.
Balmer.
Balmer.
You gotta stop being such an Anglo.
Anglo.
Also, I have stopped saying the word English. I now only say Anglo.
I
and
say
don't
Anglo
know-
and I say Celtoid. But it was Scottish people that made me say it.
No,
so-
I wasn't finished, but I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't mind Anglo, even as long as it's not Anglo-Saxon, because they don't exist
Well,
anymore.
Well, no. I don't know. I don't care how you feel. I don't know how I feel. I still need to figure that out.
I mean, you're basically an Anglo, so you have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And then I've got Edmund Husserl, Ideas. That's not the full title, but it's it's phenomenology, phenomenology, and then
Phonology?
phenomenology. It's like phenomena.
Is that the
and
Foucault
ideas.
book? That sounds.
No, this is
Post-
Husserl. This is modernist. This is like 30s, 20s. just phenomenology, like Kant and stuff like that. And then the last one is The Constitution of Liberty by Hayek. Basically, the Libertarian Bible.
That's based.
That actually might be something my girlfriend might be getting me for Christmas.
This is basically my Christmas present.
Nice.
It says at the back, at a meeting in 1975, Margaret Thatcher reached into her briefcase and pulled out a book. According to John Ranelagh in Thatcher's People, she held the book up for all of us to see. This, she said sternly, is what we believe. And she banged the book down on the table. Yeah, well, she didn't really, did she? Oh well.
Margaret Thatcher, dude. The only thing she was right on was that the Germans changed my mind.
Oh, well, Europe in general, isn't it? Yeah, I would
she
say
was
she
woke
was
on the German question.
Let's have a look. Oh my god, the last part is about the welfare state. Oof. Does he talk about? Sorry, guys, I'm looking at my book now. Does he talk about like self-defense and stuff like that? Yeah, he does. Civil liberties.
Oh, hey, Scotch Oikos finally followed me. Took him long enough.
He wants to fight you.
Took him. Huh?
He wants to fight you, I reckon.
Who, me?
Yeah, I reckon he wants another debate.
We didn't debate.
Well, what was it you were arguing about? Was it Die Hard?
We weren't arguing. Oh, we were arguing about Transformers.
That's it, Transformers.
Yeah, it wasn't. I thought it was something important.
No, nothing important. That's what I was trying to get at. Like, he wants to fight you for round 2.
Round 2. Yeah, dude. Since you couldn't get what's his face Gladivin today, you should have just got Scotch Oikos back.
Oh, breaking news! I don't know if you know. I don't know if you listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nope.
But
I know who they are though.
John Frusciante, who's like he's not the original guitar player, but he's the best one. He's come back.
He died.
No, he's come back.
Oh.
So like that means
I thought that was just gonna. I guessed the worst possible thing.
No, I mean, he left years ago, like a couple of years ago.
They've been around forever. They're
30
boomers.
years. Yeah, well, probably Gen X, really. But they've basically just become boomers.
I can't remember which one. So one of them only dates like people.
Ebola-chan, no! He says that Constitution of Liberty gets the choppers.
Alright.
Ooh.
Explain yourself.
Spicy.
Hot take, dude.
That is a hot take. That's Hayek you're talking about as well.
Bold of you to
Does capitalism and freedom get the chopper? Because doesn't Friedman say that UBI is good in that?
Friedman? I don't think he was in favor of UBI much. He was in favor of a negative income tax.
Okay. So like
he could have been in favor of that. I don't know.
That technically
Hayek or Milton Friedman?
Friedman,
okay.
Unless Ebola-chan's being ironic, in which case it's a ride around the exquisite sights as opposed to, bye-bye.
Milton Friedman on a guaranteed income. Let's see. Medium.com. Let's go.
Don't read the whole thing out, though.
Milton Friedman proposed to give everybody free money in his book, Capitalism and Freedom. He mostly referred to his plan as a negative income tax. And he also referred to it as a guaranteed income because that's basically what it is. Oh, there he called it a negative income tax. Okay, that makes sense.
So basically, I might be getting this wrong. You save more money as opposed to get more money.
Yeah, the government would save more money, honestly, if you just dished out UBI instead of, welfare. Because, think about it. You have to hire people. You have to make sure those...
Well, no, it would be easier to just go and do Friedman's negative income tax because, you could frankly give all of those people that amount of money, and at the same time, you really don't need additional people working for the government. You just use the IRS for it.
Ebola-chan says that Hayek is a social democrat nuke. He defends welfare programs. He didn't he didn't like the road to serfdom though.
Well, Hayek was in favor of higher taxes for rich people. Pretty sure. He wasn't against welfare. He wasn't against. I mean, he wasn't really as extreme as a lot of people would think he was. He certainly was.
Road to Serfdom.
He certainly was a hardcore free market capitalist, but he wasn't capitalist. I mean, markets
I guess the idea that the free market pays for it, but there comes with the price, right? I guess you have to make sacrifices.
Yeah, because like Andrew Yang was like, hey, even Milton Friedman was in favor of UBI.
Which is probably not true. It's a negative tax as opposed to UBI.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Still
man,
gonna be
I'm definitely gonna have to reread The Road to Serfdom and the Constitution and then read the Constitution of Liberty immediately afterwards. But I'm actually going to read The Road to Serfdom partially for my research for this video that I'm doing about. I know it's been taking a while, but research does take a while. About you know AJP Taylor's book about the course of German history.
Oh, guys,
What?
what nobody is talking about with 2020 coming around, the end of the decade, Adobe Flash is no longer going to be in use.
Really? Oh yeah, it won't, will it? Yeah. Well,
No.
Google Chrome's already got rid of it.
Well, wait, what are you talking about? Google Chrome didn't get rid of it.
Yeah, he doesn't have Flash anymore.
Oh, well, how am I playing Happy Wheels right now then?
I don't know actually. It did say to me. It did say. I remember seeing the update and seeing the message that Google Chrome is getting rid of Adobe Flash. Positive. And Ebola Chan then says that same goes for Friedman, Breaking Wheel. Rothbard and Mises are better. I still haven't read enough
Also,
Mises.
that pun you had on Twitter about a bunch of the economists, go fuck yourself, bitch.
Yeah, but do you get the reference? Do you know what?
Yes, I get it, and I hate it.
No.
I
Do you know
hate-
what song I'm referencing?
No.
It's "Miss You" by the Rolling Stones.
No.
I'm sorry, what?
"Miss You." It's their
Mitch had a
disco song.
cringy tweet today.
Yeah, I'll read it out for you guys. This is proper Spurgy.
God.
You love this. Well, first I've got to find it.
Oh yeah, Mitch. If Google Chrome got rid of Flash, and how am I playing Happy Wheels?
Let's have a look. And that's
How am I
that's my
playing
90.
Knights of the Old Republic 2?
How am I on cool
Here it
math
is.
games?
I've been working. Here we are. I've been working sums out all along, debating Keynesians why they're wrong. Girl, I misses you.
God damn.
Yeah. So I never wanted to cyberbully somebody so
Yeah,
bad
well,
right
I'm a
now.
man of culture. What can I say? I like the Rolling Stones.
Shut the fuck up, Boomer. I don't care. Oh, my English teacher, a bonus on whatever fucking quizzes was like, who sang the song? It was Last Christmas by the Eagles.
You're playing Tetris again.
I know, I'm playing Happy Wheels. How many times do I have to tell you that?
Yeah, but you're clicking, clapping, you bloody clippity
But-
clappity.
She was like, oh man, yeah, it was the Eagles. And she was like, back when music was good. And I was like, oh god,
Boomer.
fuck you, Boomer.
Literally,
then
right? There's so much
whole
weird
class-
stuff you can get, right? Online, like I literally found dinosaur music.
What
It's
the
called
fuck is
Dino Synth. Oh, right, I'm being like really vague. It's basically called Dino Synth, and it's a subgenre of dungeon synth, which is basically from synthwave. From what I can gather, and dungeon synth can also be relaxing and natural and stuff. It doesn't have to be literally dungeon. Like I found an album that was the chillest album I've ever heard, and I loved it. And I'm not into chill music.
Speaking of dinosaurs, a few years ago, a friend of mine found the weirdest, like, niche subgroup thing.
Oh.
It's called Dino Cowboyism.
What? So like you're a cowboy and you ride a dinosaur as opposed to a horse?
Yes. Here, I'll send you a picture in server memes.
That sounds pretty cool.
This is
Actually. I can get
this
down
is
with
where
that.
you start playing the deep fried version of Big Iron.
Ebola Chance is saying. So here we are. Hayek is great when he doesn't talk about economics, but he's an economist. But about ideas.
Hayek is great when he doesn't shut up, when he doesn't talk about his expertise.
Example: capitalism and the historians. Fair enough, but he's still right about capitalism, then I guess. So he's not all economics that's bad. Oh, funnily enough, right? The band that I found, or artist, is called Diplodocus, and it's just like imagine like like the Lost World in the 1920s, one of the first stop motion dinosaur films. Imagine that as a soundtrack.
Mhm.
That's basically what it sounds like.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, I think we've now been going long enough. So, guys, are you ready to leave?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Chat. I
Oh
put something in
shit.
chat.
Everybody's going nuts now. So, Chicago, last thoughts?
Uh, don't do heroin.
Or you?
Fucking boomer, dude.
Don't do heroin. But what about weed?
Oh, that's fine.
Alright, Alkazai, what's your final thought?
Mitch has a massive forehead.
I dislike you. My disappointment is immeasurable. And my final thought is Billy the Kid did nothing wrong. Now get out.